G'day, Sticks with the Bemused, right? And today I'm going to talk about cold showers. Now, I've been having cold showers for the last 6 days, and I plan to keep doing that for the next 30 or so days. There's a challenge. If you're watching this video, most of you have probably seen this already, but Impossible HQ has a 30-day cold shower challenge where you have a cold shower every day for a minimum of 5 minutes. That is the freaking hard one. If you want to know why I would be taking a cold shower every day for 30 days for 5 minutes a day, there's a TED Talk. Some of you may have seen it, some of you not. I will link that below in the thing. Check that out though, because that will explain why one might do such a thing. Now, there's also a lot of websites that post a lot of health benefits of cold showers. I'm not going to list those here. I will link those also, some of the main ones that come up, or you can Google it yourself. But I just got back from a 4-week-long holiday in the USA and decided that as soon as I would get back, I would try this challenge. I am about to have my final hot shower before the cold challenge, which I should have told you about already. It's Sunday, just got back from the USA with the family, 30 days. Pretty jet lagged, but I need to wash my hair, because my hair fucking stinks. Just from all the swimming pools, things like that, the chlorine, all that sort of, chemicals. The Americans love their chemicals, put it in everything. So I need to get into this hot shower and wash my freaking hair, which is going to take probably an hour or two, because I'm just going to sit in there forever because it's my last hot shower and I just have so much of this stupid crap that it's going to take forever. Yeah, last one, let's see how it goes. So I finished the shower and it wasn't that great. I'm actually feeling very tired and very lazy right now. I think a lot of that has to do with jet lag and just general tiredness, because it's impossible to sleep on a freaking plane ride, especially across the Pacific Ocean. But there's a lot of things I want to do today, and I just CBF, don't want to do it. But I'll be trying the cold showers tomorrow and see if they feel better afterwards. Now, taking cold showers might sound like a good idea, especially when you're in California warm weather between 20-30 degrees Celsius, whatever that works out to be Fahrenheit, and you've forgotten what cold feels like. When you don't know what cold feels like anymore, having cold showers seems like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. That'll be easy. Just hop in, wash yourself, no worries. Not quite the case. The idea doesn't seem so fun though when you get back to a cold, miserable Melbourne day and you realise it's the first day of winter.
Alright, it's Monday morning. I'm about to have the first cold shower. And I really don't want to do it. It's one of those things where it sounds awesome the night before. Yeah, I'll go for a 6K run, I'll freaking do this, I'll do that, the other thing. And as soon as you get up in the morning, you're like, no. Warm shower please. No running. Nice food and coffee. But last night I gave myself no choice, because if I try to get this camera angle here, you'll see I have a cold tap there. But no hot tap. I've removed the hot tap from the shower. So it's going to be icy freaking cold. Alright, I just finished the first 5-minute cold shower. That's I'm sore, I can't stop laughing. Even in the shower, I was laughing all the time because it's just so ridiculous. You just shivering. Things to note. First off is I didn't hyperventilate as much as I thought I would. I thought I'd be in there just doing all that sort of business for the whole 5 minutes. The first 10 seconds were the worst. As soon as I got in, I'm thinking, there's no way. I'm getting out of here in 30 or 40 seconds. I gotta get out. But then after the 30 seconds, I sort of got into it and I was like, okay, let's just do 5 minutes, that's alright. I could not stop stamping my feet. Could not stop talking, singing, making noise because it's fucking cold. But I did it, and I'll just do it again tomorrow. And see how it goes.
Winters in Melbourne are relatively mild on a global scale, I'd say. Like between average temperatures, I looked it up, between 7 and 14 degrees Celsius, minimum to maximum. 7's down here, 14's up here. So nowhere near freezing. If you're in a freezing climate, this might not be such a good idea. But considering how the water never really gets close to freezing, I figure I'm pretty safe doing it here in Melbourne, and it wouldn't be so cold. But I was wrong. It is very, very cold. On the converse side of that, if you're in a tropical area where it's very warm, like I've seen online people in Miami and Philippines and places like that, and you know, North Australia or very South America, the water might not really be all that cold, so you might not see a lot of the benefits. But a lot of the benefits from cold showers actually come from the fact that they're not hot. So as long as you're not having hot showers, you'll still see a fair few of the benefits. You just won't get that invigorating cold feeling.
Cold showers day 2. Now I know how freaking cold it is this time. But yesterday, as long as I got through the first 10 seconds, the rest of it wasn't so bad. So the first 10 seconds is gonna suck, and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Alright, that 10-second thing was bullshit. That first minute or two sucked so bad. That was hard staying there. But it does get easier in the last 2-3 minutes once you get a bit more used to it and stop hyperventilating. So hopefully, eventually the whole 5 minutes will just be easy, right?
So, taking cold showers can seem like a very good idea when you're in, like I said, the middle of a Californian sunny holiday, or even the night before. It can sound like a good idea, same as taking a run in the morning sounds like an awesome idea, or cooking up a very healthy breakfast, or working out early in the morning. All of these things the night before sound like an awesome idea until you actually wake up in the morning, and then all you want to do is sleep more and be warm. So getting onto the showers themselves, the first day absolutely sucks. It is horrible. It will be horrible for you, but it's horrible for everyone on the first day, all right? So you're not alone, but it will suck entirely. You get in that thing and it just straight to your freaking head. Your whole mind just explodes with how freaking cold this is. You can't think of anything else. I did a lot of hopping from foot to foot. I just couldn't stop hopping, couldn't stop moving, couldn't stop talking. I just had to keep talking, blah, blah, blah. You're singing, talking, making just noise for the sake of noise. I had to freaking force it because it just would not stop being so freaking cold. And it stays that way for probably the first minute or so of just, you just can't handle it. You gotta get out, you just want to be warm, gotta get out. How am I, especially that first day, is how the hell am I gonna do this for 5 minutes? It's been 20 seconds and I just already had enough. And your breath, you're just hyperventilating, you can't even breathe. And that is the first thing you kind of need to focus on to start breathing normally, and then it does kind of get a little bit easier. Even on the first day, by about the 3 minute mark, you're finally breathing, you're finally sort of used to it. It's still ridiculously cold and you just want to get out, but you're like, okay, I can do it, just 2 more minutes, and then you end up just playing the waiting game. Generally, for the first few days, it goes 1 minute of absolute shivering, crazy bullshit, how am I going to do this? To the 3rd minute is you're kind of getting used to it and you're like, okay, let's see how we go, and then start freaking washing and doing all those sorts of things. And then by the last minute or two, it's just the waiting game, just waiting for that timer. Because you do need to have a timer to make sure you're doing the 5 minutes if you're doing the hardcore challenge. And I use my tablet, just set it, punch it, and just go, and always make sure it's at least 5 minutes before I get out.
I still really don't want to fucking do it. I'm cold already, I'm not even in the freaking water yet. That was a really hard one to get into. Really didn't want to do it, and if it's not getting any harder, it's at least not getting any easier. It was just as hard as day 1, if not more so. I'm really hoping it gets easier soon. One thing to note is that by about the 4 minute mark at least, sometimes even the 3 minute mark, it does start getting easier once you're in there. Last minute, last 2 minutes aren't too bad. It's just that first minute.
Absolutely, one of the first things I noticed was the back is a hell of a lot worse than the chest, the front. So when I used to have hot showers, I used to just generally stand away from the shower head with the hot water hitting the neck, and that's pretty torturous in a cold shower. I find myself now facing the shower head a lot more and getting it all down the front, and every now and then turning around to sort of spread the love, you know what I mean? And by the end of it, your skin is generally very red and very sore, very sensitive. I find it hard to sort of do the normal wipe down. It's more of a pat down dry after the showers, just because you're just very sore. It's like a rash almost, but it's not as bad as a rash, obviously. So the first 3 days for me really sucked. Third day especially, for some reason, third day was just hard as all hell. I did not want to get into that thing. As soon as I was in, I wanted out, and it was just not good start to finish, and I was ridiculously glad it was over. Yeah, third day was horrible. I didn't think I'd be able to continue after that. But on the other hand, day 4 actually turned out to be rather easy. I wasn't nervous about getting into the water at all. I had no sort of reservations about hopping in. I thought, oh yeah, I'll just be able to get in, it'll be cold for a bit, and then I'll get out. And it turned out to be the case. I was able to just hop in, do 5 minutes and hop out. The water was still ridiculously cold, same as day 5, water was still ridiculously cold. But now that I've done 6 days, it actually feels like, it feels more natural to be in the cold water. It feels more like I'm in a shower and the water's just cold, as opposed to, holy crap, the water's cold, taking over every part of your mind. It's more, okay, I'm in a shower and the water's cold. The water being cold is now sort of off to the side. It's a secondary part of the experience. The main thing is I'm in a shower, I'm washing myself, getting ready for the day, and the water's cold, as opposed to just being horrifyingly middle of a blizzard sort of thing. 4, feeling pretty good about this one. Alright, just finished day 4, and I still had a good feeling about this one, and it worked out to be right, because it wasn't too bad. I stepped in, and it was only just a couple seconds of deep breathing, and then sort of got that under control, and I just kind of did it. Now, I'm not going to be naive and think the rest of them are going to go that smoothly. I'm sure many more of them are going to suck balls. But this one, stepping in, it just wasn't too bad. I was able to get in. Yeah, alright, it's cold, whatever. I'm sure it was just as cold as the other ones. Like, the weather is very consistent this week. And it was still freaking cold. Like, it's not comfortable. I was still uncomfortable. I still would have preferred a hot shower, of course. But there was less foot stamping, less just noise for the sake of noise. And it just felt more like taking a shower. And naturally, I'm hoping that continues. I'm hoping that from now on it gets easier and easier, more natural and more natural, and I'll be able to pretty much just ignore the fact that the water's cold and go back to being in a shower, have my brain wander onto whatever it wants to wander off to, and not just be so incredibly focused, because for the first few days you will not be able to think of anything else in the shower apart from just how ridiculously freaking cold you are. To make this easier for myself, when I got back, I had my last hot shower that I planned to ever have, and as soon as that was done, I removed the hot water tap from my shower, so I can only ever have cold. I put the hot tap in a very awkward place to get to early in the morning, so it would put me off actually trying to get it and screw it back on. And it absolutely helps. Absolutely. This would be so much harder if I had the option of a hot shower, but considering I've removed that option from myself, it has been a lot easier to sort of just hop in, get it over with, get it done. Having just come back from the US, I know a lot of their showers just have the one tap with the cold and the hot on the same system, same as, what I've got in my kitchen here. And considering how easy that would be to just tilt to hot, it would be a hell of a lot harder. So good luck with that. But if you can remove the hot water tap from your shower, it definitely helps with the motivation, with getting it over with, and I definitely recommend that. All right, so some of the benefits that I've noticed. After just 2 days, I was able to notice my skin was a lot smoother and a lot softer. I generally do have very dry skin, especially in winter. But just after 2 days, 2 cold showers, I was noticing it just felt a lot better, even if it didn't look all that different. It was, yeah, feeling smooth, feeling good. Haven't noticed so much about with my hair. Apparently hair's supposed to be improved in cold water. Haven't noticed a huge difference there, but considering my skin is smoother and softer, I'm imagining my scalp is doing a lot better. And especially with dreads, the scalp needs a little extra attention. So that'll be good. The beard is a little softer and smoother though, I will say that. It used to be very bristly, now it's getting better there. Cold showers do make you happy. They release endorphins or whatever it is, but afterwards, during, they absolutely suck. But afterwards, it puts you in a good mood. I found myself, even on the first day, in the shower itself, I was just smiling. That might have just been because of how ridiculous the whole situation is. Like, why am I doing this? Laughing at myself. But even afterwards, I'd be smiling, I would be in a better mood. And even later on in the day, like the actual high off the shower tends to go away. Even through the rest of the day, I tend to be in a generally better mood, less snappy, less this or that. That could also be due to me cutting down on my caffeine intake and meditating. I meditate after each shower since I came back, so that could be contributing. But generally, I'm in a better mood. So, and the other thing cold showers help with is they make taking cold showers easier, which is kind of like playing a game just for the sole purpose of getting better at that game. It doesn't really help otherwise, but cold showers are getting easier, so it does that, I suppose. 5, I'm already cold. Fingers crossed it doesn't suck too bad. Alright, day 5's done. It was bad, it was hard. It wasn't too bad though once I was in. The problem was getting in. I was very tempted to chuck the hot water on. I was very tempted to have hot water. But, as I showed you before, can I see that? There actually is no hot tap on the shower. I took it off, which makes it easier to not get tempted like that. One reason I think it was harder today is just because last night was a colder night than usual. I felt it last night going to bed. It was pretty damn cold, and then this morning I was well and truly cold before the shower because I don't have the heating on in the mornings, and made it a little bit harder to get in. But the mornings are just going to keep getting colder, so I'm just going to have to keep getting used to it. And then in 6 months' time, summer can come around and I can have lukewarm showers instead of freezing cold ones. Oh, the other thing is, as I finished, I'm still in the habit of turning the taps off with 2 hands. So I reached in with 2 hands to turn off the hot and cold at the same time. And of course the left-handed, nothing to turn. I'll get used to that too. The negatives? The negatives are they are not hot showers, which might sound bleedingly obvious, but all you want to do in the morning is just have a hot shower, and the fact that you can't or you're not having a hot shower really, really, really sucks. And it's just freaking cold. I don't like being cold in the morning. It's cold already because it's winter, and then I'm making myself colder by hopping in cold water. But as far as other negatives, I haven't really had any bad side effects as opposed to that. So it's kind of just sucks for that 5 minutes and then doesn't suck anymore after that. Day 6, I think. I'm taking the shower a little bit later in the day, considering it's a Saturday. It's sometime after 12. And I'm going to hope that that means this one will be a lot easier. Still pretty cold, but it's a bit warmer than the mornings. And it's a little more casual because I don't have to go to work today. Hopefully that means it's easier. So it's just as cold as every other time, but it is somehow getting easier. Even though the water's still freaking as cold as ever, it's starting to feel a bit more normal in some sort of weird way. And yeah, I was able to do it, and hopefully I can keep doing it. And just one other, not really a positive or negative, I don't really know what to call this other than a maybe a side effect, is I can smell a lot more of the chlorine in the water. I'm actually noticing it. It's very much like swimming in a pool, especially you get out of a cold swimming pool, you can smell the chlorine on you. And even in the you have a shower after the pool, you can smell a lot of the chlorine coming off your skin maybe. I can just smell it and notice it a lot more. And even earlier today, I was filling up a jug with cold water in the kitchen, and I could just smell coming out of the jug this the chlorination of the water. I could sense it, I could smell it, and I can't really taste it in the water, but it's very much more prominent, and I'm not exactly sure how that's come about. So that's it, yeah. I'm taking cold showers now and seeing if it helps, seeing if it is an improvement. I'm hoping I can do it indefinitely, and very much looking forward to summer where the water won't be so freaking cold and I can say I'm having lukewarm showers instead of freezing cold showers. But so far I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to continue doing it for the full 30 days at least, for the 30-day challenge. And I'll let you know how it goes. I'll be back next week probably with a update video. If you have any questions about cold showers or about the challenge in general, leave them down below, or you can get onto me on Twitter and I'll do my best to answer them for you. Until next time, I'm Sticks with the Bemused Rat, and I'll see you next time. Stop!